In the chaotic noise of the modern world, our souls are like a piece of iron cast into the intense furnace of daily life's heavy pressure. You might feel the heat rising, losing control, and sensing yourself starting to melt under the weight of expectations and the constant demands of others. Welcome to the forge of the inner mind, where every storm outside serves only as a catalyst to create your strongest and most resilient version tonight. Look closely at the fire within you. It is not there to destroy you, but to test the quality of the metal that makes your character. The world demands your attention every second, pulling you in 1,000 different directions until you feel stretched to the very limit of your endurance. Every notification is a spark that can ignite frustration. But what if you could transform that heat into something useful, something sharp and truly beautiful? Before you can master the world, you must master the forge of your own heart. This journey requires courage, patience, and a willingness to be refined. The ancient path of the smith is the path of the soul. It is a slow process of heating, hammering, and cooling until perfection is finally achieved. The mountains do not bow to the wind, they remain still. Your spirit must learn to hold its ground even when the world is screaming around you. Let the pressure build. Let the heat rise. We are going to use it to forge a spirit that cannot be broken by any earthly storm today. This raw metal is your starting point. It is full of impurities, but beneath the surface lies the potential for a blade that can cut through illusion. The greatest mistake we make when facing pressure is trying to conquer it through sheer violence and uncontrolled force, reacting with heated and blind anger. When we strike out in anger, we lose our rhythm. Each blow becomes a weapon used against ourselves rather than a tool for our own personal growth. See how the metal resists the angry hand. When your mind is in chaos, your actions will only lead to further destruction and wasted effort today. When your inner fire burns too hot, it consumes your wisdom. You become brittle, snapping at the slightest touch, losing the strength you desperately need. Look at your hands. Are they building your future, or are they tearing it apart? Your own impatience is often a greater enemy than the pressure. In the silence that follows your outburst, you feel the weight of failure. But failure is merely a lesson that hasn't been fully understood by you. Remember the words of those who came before. Pressure does not ruin the sword. It is the smith's lack of control that causes the blade's failure. To master the flame, you must first master the air that feeds it. To master the iron, you must first master the heart that drives the hammer. Take a moment to step back from the heat. The urgency you feel is often an illusion created by a mind that has forgotten how to breathe. Every moment of anger is a wasted spark. Every moment of calm is a reservoir of strength that you can use when the real challenge begins. True power is not found in the intensity of the strike, but in the precision of the intent. It is the quiet strength of a focused mind. When you align your actions with your purpose, the hammer becomes an extension of your soul. The resistance of the metal becomes a conversation, not a battle. Approach the fire again, but this time, leave your ego at the door. You are not here to dominate. You are here to learn and transform. Watch the metal glow. It is softening, becoming ready for change. Just like your heart when you finally decide to listen to the wisdom of silence, listen to the breath of the forge. It is the same breath that sustains you. When you synchronize with it, you find the rhythm of the universe. Your vision becomes clear when the storm inside subsides. You can see the flaws in the metal and the path to fixing them with steady hands. Gentleness is not weakness. It is the ultimate form of control. It allows you to feel the subtle changes that a heavy hand would always miss. Practice the silence before you speak. Practice the peace before you act. The preparation of the heart is more important than the action of the hand. Like a potter at the wheel, you must maintain a steady center. If the center moves, the whole creation will eventually wobble and fall into ruin. Every drop of sweat is an offering to your own growth. Every moment of patience is a brick in the foundation of your future resilient self. You are part of a long lineage of those who have faced the fire. You are never alone in your struggle, for the path is well worn. Now the metal is ready. It is pliable and receptive. This is the state of mind you must cultivate to truly transform your life's pressures. Prepare for the first strike, not with the force of a storm, but with the inevitability of the tide. The transformation of your soul begins now. The secret does not lie in extinguishing the fire completely, but in keeping your heartbeat stable while surrounded by the most intense heat of life. Hit into the silence of your own breath. With every inhale, draw in the coolness of the mountain. With every exhale, release the tension and fear. When your internal rhythm matches the external pressure, the pressure ceases to be a burden. It becomes a beat you can dance to with grace. Stillness is not the absence of movement, but the perfection of it. It is moving with such purpose that the world seems to stand still. Accept the heat. Let it wash over you without burning you. When you stop resisting the reality of your situation, you finally gain the power. Your calm is a shield. It protects your mind from the scorching effects of stress and allows you to work with a clear and focused intent. Be like the water in a deep lake. Even if a storm rages on the surface, the depths remain undisturbed, silent, and completely at peace. Time slows down when you are present. The urgent deadlines and the loud voices of the world begin to fade into an insignificant and distant hum. Balance the extremes. The fire of action must be tempered by the coolness of reflection. This is the harmony that creates a masterpiece of life. The metal is no longer a stubborn enemy. It has become a partner in your creation. It responds to the quiet strength of your settled spirit. Treat your challenges with this same gentleness. When you touch a problem with a calm mind, the solution begins to reveal itself to you. You are the master of this space. The fire obeys your breath, and the iron obeys your will. Everything is exactly as it should be now. When you are at peace within, the world outside can no longer disturb you. The blizzard becomes a backdrop for your own inner light to shine. The first strike is an act of faith. It is the moment you decide to use your calm to shape your reality with purpose and grace. Look at the result of a mind at rest. The work is clean, the progress is certain, and the path forward is visible in every strike. The sound of your life should be a harmony, not a noise. Every action you take should contribute to the beautiful song of your existence. Your influence expands when you are centered. Your peace touches everything around you, bringing order to the chaos and clarity to the confusion of others. You have found the eye of the hurricane. While the world spins in a frenzy, you remain the still point, the source of true power. The forge is now a temple. The work is a prayer. You are creating not just a sword, but a version of yourself that is indestructible. See the transformation. The raw, rough ingot is becoming a refined tool of wisdom. This is the fruit of your labor and your stillness. Breathe. You have already won the most important battle. You have conquered the fire within and turned it into a source of pure creation. The world needs your peace. It needs your steady hand. From this place of stillness, you can build anything and survive any storm that comes. Every hammer blow is an act of discipline. It is a commitment to the process, a steady repetition that builds strength and character over time. See the beauty in the struggle. The sparks are not just waste. They are the shedding of what is no longer needed to reveal the core. To be strong, you must be layered. Each fold in the metal adds thousands of layers of resilience, making the final blade nearly impossible to break. Increase your pace without losing your peace. You can work hard and fast while still maintaining the inner silence that keeps you completely grounded. True strength comes from the alignment of the whole self. When your body, mind, and spirit strike as one, nothing can resist your focused power. Let your actions ring with clarity. When you work with integrity and focus, the sound of your life becomes a beacon of hope for others. The fire is your teacher. It reminds you that growth takes time, and that some processes cannot be rushed if you want a lasting result. The refinement happens in the heat. Do not fear the difficult times. They are the very moments when your character is being most deeply shaped. Pressure teaches you your limits, and then it teaches you how to surpass them. It reveals the incredible hidden potential within your very own soul. Stay grounded. No matter how high the flames or how fast the hammer moves, your foundation must remain unshakable and connected to the source. Every small detail matters. In the forge of life, the little choices you make every day determine the ultimate quality of the man you become. Precision is the child of patience. When the big work is done, it is the small, careful touches that define the true excellence of your spirit. Your life is taking shape. The chaos of the raw metal has been replaced by the order and beauty of a purposeful and strong design. Now comes the most dangerous moment, the quench. It is the sudden transition from extreme heat to cold that will lock in the strength. Are you ready to face the cold? The strength you have built in the fire must now be tested and solidified by the reality of life. The shock of the quench is where the soul truly hardens. It is the moment where theory becomes reality and potential becomes an indestructible fact. Do not fear the sudden changes or the cold shocks of life. They are not meant to break you, but to give you your edge. Behold the result of the fire and the cold. The metal has been transformed. It is now steel, forged in pressure and tempered in peace. The impurities are gone. What remains is pure, strong, and ready for the final refinement. You have survived the hardest part of the journey. Listen to the truth of your own soul. When you are forged correctly, you ring true. There is no longer any doubt about your own strength. The blade is a mirror. It shows you who you have become. You are no longer the anxious boy who entered this forge so long ago. Your hands have created something extraordinary, but more importantly, the process of creating it has completely recreated and strengthened your very own spirit. The intensity of the forge can now rest. You have learned the lesson of the hammer and the flame. You are ready for the world. Now we bring the edge. The strength we have built must now be focused into a sharpness that can cut through the darkness of life. Focus on the fine details. The journey from strength to wisdom is a journey of refinement, of sharpening your mind and your very own perspective. The storm has passed. The sun is rising. You are stepping out of the fire and into the light of a new and better life. Sharpening is a test of patience. It is not about force, but about the angle and the consistency of your focused and very calm mind. To be sharp, you must let go of what is unnecessary. You must grind away the dullness of habit and the rust of your old fears. The sharpest blade is not for killing, but for cutting through the illusions of the ego. It is the tool of a truly wise man. Wisdom is the ability to see things as they really are. It is the sharpness that allows you to discern truth from the many lies. Define your boundaries. A sharp mind knows where it ends and where the world begins. It protects its peace with a clear and firm resolve. When you establish your inner boundaries, the chaos of others can no longer reach you. You create a sanctuary of peace wherever you happen to go. True strength leads to empathy. When you have conquered your own fire, you become a source of warmth and protection for the weak and vulnerable. The man who can forge a sword is the same man who can hold a bird without harming it. Power and compassion are two sides of one coin. Let your light shine. Your journey through the pressure has not just made you strong. It has made you a beacon of clarity for everyone. Integrity is the straightness of the blade. When your actions align with your highest values, you become a force of nature that cannot be easily diverted. Know when to use your strength and when to keep it hidden. A wise man carries his power quietly, only revealing it when it is truly needed. Be grateful for the fire. Without the heat of your struggles, you would still be a piece of raw, unformed iron, lost in the world. Walk with confidence. The world may still be cold and harsh, but you carry your own furnace within your heart. You are completely self-sufficient now. The perspective of the summit is different from the perspective of the valley. You can now see the whole picture of your life with perfect clarity. Every ending is a new beginning. The end of your training in the forge is the beginning of your real mission in the wider world today. You are ready for whatever comes next. You have the strength of steel and the sharpness of a diamond. Nothing can stop your steady progress now. Your legacy begins with your own character. By forging yourself first, you earn the right to lead and inspire others to do the same for themselves. Honor the process. Life will continue to bring heat and cold, but you now know how to use them to become even more refined and strong. It is okay to feel. True strength is not the absence of emotion, but the ability to feel deeply while remaining centered and completely in control. The forge will always be there, in the silence of your mind. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, return to the breath and the rhythm of your heart. Leave a trail of peace. Let your presence be a cooling influence on the heated world, a reminder that stillness is the ultimate form of power. Fly above the clouds of petty concerns. Your spirit is now as wide as the sky and as grounded as the very mountain you stand on. The transformation is complete. You have become the sword. You have become the smith. You have become the master of your own incredible and bright future. You are the master of your own life's forge. The pressure you face today was the necessary fire to create the masterpiece of your very existence. The blade you carry is not just metal. It is the physical manifestation of your will, your patience, and your absolute refusal to be broken by life. Everything you have gone through has prepared you for this moment. The scars on your hands are now medals of honor in the war of self-mastery. Your clarity will change the world. By mastering yourself, you provide a roadmap for others to find their own way through the darkness and the heat. Remember this truth. To train the mind is to forge a sword. It requires heat, it requires hammering, but most of all, it requires your absolute focus. Live with the calm of the mountain and the strength of the steel. When the world rages, let it find only a mirror of its own futility. Go forth with your new strength. The challenges of tomorrow will be easy for a man who has already conquered the furnace of his own soul. You have the power. You have the tools. All that remains is for you to begin the work of refining your own heart and mind today. The forge is always open for those who are brave enough to enter. It is the place where heroes are made out of the common clay. The universe itself is a forge. We are all being shaped by the stars. Your journey is part of a grand design of growth and infinite light. Keep your inner fire burning bright, but keep it controlled. It is your source of life, your source of power, and your source of eternal warmth. The work is done. The sword is ready. The man is whole. May your path be clear and your heart be forever strong and at peace. Thank you for listening in the silence. Thank you for walking this path with us. May you find the strength to forge your own beautiful destiny. Join us on the next journey of the soul. Together, we will find the wisdom and the strength to face the challenges of the modern world. Peace be with you. Now, take a deep breath and begin your own forge. The hammer is in your hands. The fire is ready for you.